Hi there. Do you know when you've had a really busy day and you're feeling stressed out, the last thing you feel like doing at the end of the day is working out or cooking a healthy meal? So I've got news for you. You're not alone. It's actually really normal to feel this way, but that doesn't mean that you have to give into it. So in this video, I'm going to share a few ways that you can overcome that feeling so that it's a lot easier to stay on track. So first, if you don't know me, I'm Crystal of Crystal Obregon Health and Wellness, and I help women reduce chronic inflammation so that they can revitalize their health and energy. So let's dive right in. So have you ever heard of decision fatigue? Well, it happens when you have a lot of decisions that you have to make during the day. And these can be decisions that you're making at work, or they could also be decisions you make when you're having an amazing day doing things that are outside of your usual habits. So anyway, basically, the more decisions that you have to make, the harder it is to use your willpower or have self-control as the day goes on. For instance, after a long day, you might be tempted to skip your workout, and saying no to junk food might become a whole lot harder. And this doesn't just apply to fitness or health, but it can also apply, like if you go shopping, you might spend a lot more than you usually do, or you might decide to skip your chores around the house. So we've all been there. And if you know what I'm talking about, go ahead and give me a like or a comment below. So my advice when it comes to decision fatigue is to, first of all, acknowledge that it's a real thing so that you can come up with a plan to deal with it whenever it hits. So I'm going to talk about 3 ways to handle decision fatigue. So first of all, you want to do as much as you can ahead of time to prevent it. And so this could mean planning and preparing your meals ahead of time whenever you can so that you don't have to make a decision about what to eat. Your food is either already ready for you, and that's really helpful at lunchtime, or you've already shopped for your food and you know what you're going to make. So all you have to do is get started making it. And then also every night before you go to bed, prepare for the next day as much as possible so that you set yourself up for success. For example, I try and swim 3 mornings a week, and it's early, so I try and set out my clothes that I'm going to put on first thing in the morning so that it's one less thing that I have to scramble around for in the morning and make myself late. And my husband also prefers it when I do it that way because I'm less likely to make noise and wake him up because it is early. So it also helps you make fewer decisions in the morning too, so you're less likely to get decision fatigue that day. So try to have an idea of what you're going to wear in the morning, what you're going to eat for breakfast. For example, I almost always have a smoothie in the morning, so I just don't even have to worry about that. And basically get everything lined up and ready to go to start your day off right. And sometimes that can mean, especially if you have children at home, it can mean getting up a little bit earlier so that you have that space to start the day off the way you like to do it, so you're not so worried about being interrupted, really. So if there's anyone in here watching this video that does put their clothes out the night before, go ahead and give me a like. All right, so here's a second strategy. So take a couple minutes each week to come up with a realistic schedule to get all your non-negotiables complete. So I like to do this weekly because my schedule's always changing. So I'll either do it on a Sunday or first thing Monday morning, or a little bit of a combination of both. And I do like to do it weekly because my schedule's always changing, either with what I have planned or more likely with what's going on with my kids or my family. So when you're doing that, make sure that you don't overcommit, and be sure to set aside time to handle things like your household to-do list, and then also make some time for fun so that you can cut back on stress. You don't have to wait for the weekend to have fun. And that will also cut back a lot on stress. And then third, when decision fatigue eventually does hit, the best thing that you can do is to just take a few deep breaths and show yourself a little bit of compassion. And instead of defaulting to an unhealthy behavior, shift to something positive that doesn't take a lot of energy to do. So for example, if you were planning on doing a workout or going for a walk at the end of the day, instead of thinking about how much effort it's going to take to do that workout or to go for that walk, instead of that, just put your shoes on. And then after that, take the next step and the next step. And before you know it, you're either doing your workout or you're out on your walk and you're enjoying yourself. And then soon enough, you're done and you feel great and you feel really good about yourself. If that's not working, then just take 5 minutes and do a quick meditation, and so that you can really calm and center yourself. I like to do a release meditation, and at some point I'll do one for you in here, but if you go to YouTube and Google or YouTube and search, I guess the two different things, release meditation, you'll probably find Brendon Burchard, my mentor, leads you through with the music and everything, like a 5-minute release meditation. And I find it's really good to do between things, like in a transition, so that you go into the next thing feeling really good. So, and then try after that to go ahead with what you're planning. And then if that doesn't work, and because sometimes what you really need instead of doing that workout or doing that walk is sometimes you really do need some quiet time. So find a quiet spot, make a cup of tea, and then just relax with a good book. And just go with that feeling and know that that's what you need to do. So I'd love to hear what you do to set yourself up for success when you're hit with decision fatigue. So please comment below. And then I would also like to remind you that this next Monday we'll be starting the 30-day Spring Clean Eating Challenge. And registration is open right now. And it will close on Thursday night at midnight Pacific time, so that I can get everybody ready to go on Friday for the weekend so you can do all your shopping. But one of the biggest components of this challenge is really having the meal plan that I provide for you, the recipes, the shopping list, and just making it really easy to eat clean. Which really all that means is that you're avoiding processed foods that have more than 5 ingredients in them, and you're eating a lot of fresh food instead. And so I do hope you join me. I will definitely put a link to the page with all the information, and please feel free to message me or put a comment if you have any questions about the challenge, because that is coming up soon. And so let me know if this video was helpful. Please like it and share it. And I hope you have an awesome stress-free day and week. And look forward to seeing you in here soon. All right, take care and have a great day. Bye for now.